And again, I'd like to welcome you all to today's advanced tech training, which will be covering relaxing games for you, learn more about Apple gaming and why playing games is actually beneficial to you. Okay? I'm going to read our disclaimer before we get started. The WildTech DC Senior iPad program, its owners and presenters offer technical assistance, virtual health, well-being information designed for educational purposes only. You should not rely on the information in any applications or topics made by WildTech, including but not limited to mobile device applications and any social media pages maintained by WildTech, its owners or presenters as a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, treatment, or legal advice. Thank you so much for letting me read the disclaimer. If you cannot see me, hear me, or see the screen, please let me know in the chat, and I would really appreciate that. And let's just make sure our TVs and cell phones are silenced to the best of our ability to give ourselves and others the most immersive experience. Thank you so much. To keep our meetings organized and have some kind of etiquette, I just ask that you use the raise hand feature. You can find this feature by hitting more at the top right of Zoom, and then you can hit raise hand. So I want everyone in Zoom to please raise their hand. So, either during or at the end of all of our sessions that we have, not just this one, you have the opportunity to ask questions or share your comments, anything of that nature through the raise hand feature. Okay. So I want everyone in Zoom to please raise their hand if they had a great weekend, if they're going to have a great week, if they're here, ready to learn, all that good stuff. So again, if you ever have anything you'd like to share, please don't forget to raise your hand, and that way we'll be able to call on you and have everyone the chance to speak. So I really appreciate that. We have about 20 folks on. We have about 9 hands up. Maybe we'll get one more, see who's lucky number 10. But I really appreciate those that have raised their hands. Your efforts are not unnoticed. Thank you, Mr. Gurry. Yeah, oh, well, Miss Mary beat you to it. But I appreciate you all so much. You all can lower your hands by hitting lower at the bottom, okay? It says your hand is raised, it says lower. So don't forget to lower your hand. You would get, well, everyone would get pretty tired after a while, so keep that in mind, okay? So just have 3 hands up. Again, don't forget at the bottom it says your hand is raised, and then it says lower, so don't forget to lower your hand. Thank you. If you want to communicate with others non-verbally, the chat is a great way to share a greeting, like a hello, happy Monday, happy solar eclipse day. This year anyway. Ask a question. You can put your congratulations or encouragement or anything you like to share in the chat. You do that by tapping more at the top right. Okay. You tap more, and then you're going to want to go ahead and tap on chat. Okay. When you hit chat, chat is the first one on your end. The meeting chat will appear, and at the bottom it will say tap here to chat. You type your message in, and then you send it using this blue send button on the right. So I'll put some suns, and I just sent a chat so that everyone could see it. So again, if you just want to share hello or happy Monday, hope you had a great weekend, or any information or quotes or comments, anything you like to do, you could share in the chat. You can do it by text, you could do it with emojis or both, or just one, thank you. You can even add a photo by hitting this plus sign right here next to tap here to chat. And then if I hit photo, look at that, I can add in a photo from my Photos app. So I'll add these 2. You can do more than one at a time. These 2 are from my World Wildlife Fund session, or my Ask for Earth session last week, which was pretty cool. So mine, my week was full of reasons. I know that's right, Miss Rosemary. I love it. Oh, 2 pictures. Oh, that's so cute, Miss Cassandra. I'm not sure who they are, but that's so cute. Thank you for sharing your picture, Miss Carolyn. And just like always, if you want to save or reply to a photo or a text in the chat, you can hold that particular chat or image and I can reply to it, or if it's an image, I can even save it. by hitting save image, which I think is pretty neat. So I'll hold Miss Murray's text right here, hit reply, and then I'll put let me see, let me find a heart. Let me find a heart emoji. There you go. Just because I can. And there you go. It says one reply as well. So, oh, that's great, Miss Doris. I hope you try that as your background. Maybe that'll look really nice. So yeah, it's good morning. Good morning. Have a great day. Happy Monday. Happy solar eclipse day. Mercury is in retrograde. That makes sense, Miss Maddie. That definitely makes sense. So yeah, thank you. And I did share this picture with the group. You won't be able to see the chats before the chats that happened before you got on Zoom, right? So I sent this at 9:58, 9, whatever. So if you joined after that, you would not be able to see those messages. But I did send this picture. So that's our solar eclipse today. So you see the path of totality right there. So we're not in it, but we're, about 80% or so will be able to see it. But anyone that's on that line will be able to fully see see the eclipse today. So getting around, it's like 2 to 4. I don't remember the specific time of the actual start of the full thing. I think that's around 3 or so, but just keep that in mind today. So thank you all so much. Please continue to share your thoughts and questions and anything in the chat. I did receive yours, Mr. Thomas. Thank you so much for that. I'll be sure to get that addressed, okay? Also in the chat, I would really appreciate if you could share again what session or sessions you're looking forward to this week and why in the chat. Again, we host about 15 to 16 sessions a week, ranging from these advanced trainings to our lunch clubs, to our talk shows, to our modules, to our guests on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Again, everyone should have received our daily email. So if you got a chance to look at it, which is really recommended so you can plan your week out in advance, please share which sessions you're looking forward to this week and why. And I would appreciate that. Today we'll be covering all about gaming. So the history of Apple gaming specifically and benefits of just playing games on your iPad. We'll be introducing or talking about 3 apps, Jigsaw HD, Wordscapes, and Zen Match. And of course, be talking about how to navigate and, go through them, have some fun. And then we'll have our overview and our discussion, of course, and talk about how these apps can improve our daily lives. So I have done this session before. It's been actually about a year since I've done this session. So to those that it's your first time, I hope you enjoy. For those that it's their second time, I hope this is a review or you actually find an app that you want to revisit or newly visit because of you attending. So I appreciate you coming on. And let's get started with our relaxing games for you session. So one all about gaming. So this video here, again, just mostly informational and just for fun, talks about the history of Apple gaming. How did games start on Apple devices and, kind of how far they've come since then. So hope y'all enjoy. If you have a snack, this would be time to grab it. And I hope you all enjoy and learn something new.
Hey guys, it's Greg with Apple Explained, and today we're going to explore the history of Apple gaming. This topic spans a couple of decades and a lot of different products, since Apple's approach to gaming has always been very unique compared to other players in the industry. This topic was second place winner of last week's voting poll, and if you didn't get to vote, make sure you're subscribed. That way the voting polls will show up right in your activity feed, and you can let me know which video you'd like to see next. But before we begin, I want to thank iMotion. So today I'm going to talk about Apple's history with gaming. This history spans a couple of decades and a lot of interesting subjects, and gaming through Apple looks a lot different than gaming through other major companies. We're going to start from the beginning here, and I've got a lot to cover, so let's dive in. Apple began its foray into gaming right from the start. In 1974, Steve Jobs was working for Atari as a night shift engineer when he was asked to help create a prototype for the game Breakout. He enlisted the help of his friend Steve Wozniak, and from here Apple was born. The two went on to develop a prototype for the Apple I computer and founded Apple Computer on April Fool's Day of 1976. The Apple I computer was released in July 1976, funded mostly by the sale of Jobs' VW microbus and Woz's HP65 calculator. This computer came as an assembled motherboard and was TV compatible, a novel concept at the time. A year later, Jobs and Woz released several cassette-based games for the Apple I, including Lunar Lander and a Star Trek and Mini Star Trek game. The Apple I was a pretty important step for home computing and computer gaming, but bigger and better things were right around the corner. Don't forget that Jobs started Apple while working for Atari. That gaming influence was never far behind him. In 1977, the Apple II was released and made waves around the world. At this point, Atari's influence on Jobs was pretty obvious. The Apple II was marketed as a home computer that was not only good for work, but ready to play. It was designed in part to allow gameplay for Breakout, at the time written in BASIC, and included color graphics, a speaker, and even circuits for paddle controllers. This was a major step for personal gaming, and game designers around the world started to take notice. Eventually, developers designed a whole range of games, accessories, and upgraded storage technology for the Apple II, Apple II Plus, Apple IIe, and Apple IIc computers. Games of the next 10 years included text and graphics-based adventures like Mystery House, RPGs and dungeon crawlers like Castle Wolfenstein and Ultima, sports games like John Madden Football, and a whole range of other beloved pixelated games that users fondly remember from the DOS era. The Apple II GS was released in 1986, which featured a powerful 16-bit microprocessor and started to wipe out graphics and audio competition from companies like Atari and Commodore. At this point, it seemed like building computers in the Apple II tradition of ready for work and play was going to remain the focus of the company. Soon, however, Apple would turn its attention away from the Apple line to focus on Macintosh, and its approach to gaming took a turn also. Just as soon as computer gaming became popular, problems started to pop up with cross-platform software compatibility. Even in the 1990s, Apple was suffering from the shelf space problem. Because Windows offered such a bigger share in the market for gaming software, stores were reluctant to give more space to Mac games. Although Macintosh was the exclusive platform at the release of some incredibly popular games like Myst in 1993, it was never long before they were offered for Windows and no longer linked with Apple branding. Apple needed a new approach to gaming if it was going to keep up with market competitors. Enter the Apple Bandai Pippin. In 1996, Apple released its first and only gaming console. The console ran CDs and came complete with a wireless controller and internet connectivity, which was pretty impressive for the time. At its release, there were 18 games available, including titles like Gundam Tactics, Mobility Fleet 0079, Mr. Potato Head Saves Veggie Valley, and Compton's Interactive Encyclopedia. But for all its unique features, the Pippin was a complete mess. First, it cost almost $600. Second, its processing power was about half that of other consoles available at the time, and ran slow both online and offline. Apple initially produced 100,000 models, but only 42,000 of them were sold before being discontinued. Today, the Bandai Pippin is almost completely forgotten, but it still costs about $600 to any niche gamer who wants to buy the rare discontinued console. So the Pippin was a failure, but lessons were learned, and Apple began to reconsider its relationship to gaming once again. In 1999, Steve Jobs announced that Apple computers were going to become the best gaming platform in the world. They included better graphics cards, better storage, and faster processors, but Windows was one step ahead. A new approach was needed, and Apple had to either find its niche in the gaming market or give up on the market altogether. Things turned around a little bit with the release of the iPod. Owners of an iPod could play games like Music Quiz, Solitaire, and Brick. In 2006, with the release of iTunes 7, owners of 5th generation iPods were given the option to purchase 9 additional games for their devices. At the start, these came to be known as clickwheel games, with simple graphics designed to be played using the iPod's clickwheel interface. But as iPods became more advanced and adopted better graphics with touchscreen technology, more gaming options became available. Clickwheel games were removed from the iTunes Store in 2011, although download files can be found floating around the internet today. While the originals may be gone, some of these early iPod games like Tetris, Bejeweled, Zuma, and Mahjong were the start of what would become Apple's most marketable experience in the gaming world. As iPods developed, so did the games, and third-party developers like EA and Sega soon started to create new software for users to engage with. Unknown to Jobs at the time, this was the dawning of a new era in gaming, the rise of casual gaming. So at this point, Apple didn't have much to offer the world of gaming. Instead, it offered a few games to the owners of Apple products, a much different model on selling games than pretty much any other company, many of which were producing computers and consoles specifically marketed toward gamers with advanced processing power, high-quality graphics cards, and exceptional sound. But response to the small, low-key games was positive, and a big change in the gaming market was underway. Things got really serious in 2008 when Apple announced the release of the App Store. At the start, the store offered only 500 apps, about a quarter of which were free to download. Unsurprisingly, many of the apps were games in the style of the classic iPod, simple and easy, with a low level of competitiveness. Gaming apps quickly rose to the top of the charts, and the casual gaming era had officially begun. Now, the App Store changed Apple's and the public's relationship with gaming, but it wasn't all for the better. While a lot of the games offered on the App Store cost a few dollars to download and play, many of them were free, and this might seem like a good thing, because truly free games usually are. are. But a new monetization model of the App Store called in-app purchases opened the door to a new style of gaming that would frustrate users of all levels for years to come. And here's how it works. Most of us have experienced the frustration of downloading a game listed as free, learning the gameplay basics, and getting a few minutes in before running out of some energy resource required to continue playing. And it just so happens that the game developer offers more of that energy for a few dollars. Or maybe you downloaded a game and discovered that the only way to win or make any progress at all is to pay real money for a better weapon, a special area, or a stat boost. The structure of these freemium games gave developers the opportunity to insert paywalls in all kinds of places, mostly after players downloaded and got hooked on the game. The App Store is now full of casual games that may be free to download, but requires quite a bit of money to play in its totality, and unfortunately, the issue has spread beyond casual gaming. Gamers and tech journalists alike have blamed the App Store for the rise of microtransactions in gaming as a whole. While in-game payments from the App Store have made at least $70 million for developers since its 2008 launch, the spread of this model outside of smaller apps has made a lot of people very upset. When Star Wars Battlefront 2 was released in 2017, it was heavily criticized for its pay-to-win structure. Players who spent more money could gain pretty massive advantages over others, and the system was so unpopular that EA had to remove microtransactions completely and rework this system so that purchases were only required for cosmetic upgrades, an approach that many big game developers utilize today with much better reception from fans. Now, whether or not Apple is to blame for the existence of microtransactions in games, it's definitely worked out in their favor. As of 2017, the App Store has 2.2 million apps and over 130 billion downloads. Initially, this casual gaming market was dominated by iPods and later iPhones, but in 2010, the iPad once again shook things up. While tablet gaming has never reached the heights of computers, iPads in the last 8 years have offered a pretty significant option for both casual and serious gamers. The biggest defining feature of the iPad is the large amount of power packed into a small, portable device. They were dubbed laptop killers when they were first released, and they've come to replace even desktop computers for many gamers. High-power games like Fortnite, Battle Royale, and Civilization are available and run well on iPads, and accessories like pluggable controllers and keyboards make them just as good as any laptop or desktop for many, but even though iPads are offering a popular gaming platform, they still don't stack up for some. So no matter how much graphics, audio, and processing power Apple products contain, it seems like they're always second best to PC in the market for gaming. Part of this is reputation. Apple has been out of the serious gaming market for a long time, and it's been tough to recover. But another big piece is that, despite the Apple II, Apple has never really been a gaming company, and the meaning of work and play has evolved quite a bit in recent years. For work, Macs have always been the go-to for photographers, publishers, illustrators, and graphic designers, and play took on a more creative meaning as Macs and later iPads became a popular tool for music production and art. All hope is not lost, though. The 2017 Worldwide Developers Conference was a unique one in that speakers dedicated a lot of time to talking about the future of gaming. Apple announced a Metal Graphics API to allow improved, unique game development, which may take some time to catch on with developers, but offers hope for a new era of Mac gaming. But the most important shift in the future of Apple gaming is the introduction of virtual reality and augmented reality technology. Apple has dedicated a lot of resources to developing some of the best augmented reality technology on a mobile platform. In iOS 11, Apple introduced ARKit, which allowed developers to utilize augmented reality in their games and apps, a technology Apple thinks will become very popular in the future. This means that independent developers of all sizes will be able to develop AR games and have them function flawlessly in a macOS or iOS environment, and that's a pretty exciting future for both Apple and the gaming community. So that's the history of Apple gaming, and if you want to vote for the next video topic, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.
Thank you all so much. I got your chat. Again, thank you all so much for coming on and watching that video. It was quite a few years old, so you got to keep that in mind about some things like iOS 11. That was the iPhone's operating system about 6 to 7 years ago. So of course, things definitely have improved, especially for gaming. As we know with Apple Arcade and the improvements to the App Store. So I think yes, Apple is still not, technically a gaming company, but there are, the games it does have or the catalog it has is quite extensive and very popular and very, profitable for them, which is good, so they can continue to make more improvements. So it's been quite interesting to see a history of what happened before as well. Some facts about video games. So, who plays video games, right? When you think of a gamer, you probably don't think of an older person spending their afternoon playing Nintendo. On the contrary, an estimated 15% of people who play video games are over the age of 55. And I think that number will definitely go up, you know. I think when I'm in the, when I reach that age, I definitely I think I still will be playing games because it has, you know, been a majority of my life where it's, you know, really taken, you know, I really love playing games as a kid. So especially with video games and computer games. So I feel like it'll be a part of my life and a lot of people, you know, my age, my life as well. So that number is going to go up. So there can just going to be more, you know, older folks that are playing video games, which is great because playing just by playing video games, you have a better emotional well-being. You have enhanced cognitive ability, a reduced risk of Alzheimer's, and last but not least, it's fun and entertaining because video games can, you know, show you many different things. They help with hand-eye coordination, memory, you know, teamwork if you're playing with someone else, or lots of great benefits. Just by playing games, it stimulates your brain, makes you think, makes you strategize. So there are, you know, many things that go on when you play games that actually improve, you know, your brain and yourself, which is great. You know, playing a game always makes me, you know, feel good and have fun, especially if you win. And when you know, even if you don't win at a game, that's cool because when you don't win, you learn how to be better so you can win more later on. So that's just life, you know. Once you figure it out, and you know you lose, but then you figure it out, then you'll win. So that's why I love video games. I usually like to include a quote, you know, just to get another person's perspective. This quote was said by Jane McGonigal, an American game designer and author. She said, "A game is an opportunity to focus our energy with relentless optimism at something we're good at or getting better at and enjoy. In other words, gameplay is the direct opposite of depression." And I know that was quite stark, but you know, when you think about it, it really does make sense that it's the opposite. To focus our energy when you play a game, we really focus on that game. And if we're having fun or if something we're good at or getting better at, you know, we really enjoy and make something of it. So that I think is definitely quite a poignant quote. Would anyone like to respond or share their thoughts? What do they think of this quote? How did it make them feel? Or do you agree or disagree? Any thoughts on the quote before we move on? You could also put in the chat as well. Again, any thoughts? But seriously, like playing games can really, you know, I know it helped out a lot of times in my life because, you know, just like with reading books, you know, it sometimes games put you in another world. You could be a whole nother character and, you know, you could do this, and that. And, you know, sometimes it feels good to be able to do things, you know, that we're not able to do in real life, but we're able to express ourselves through that game and progress and learn, you know. A lot of lingo and language and you know, definitely a lot of culture I learned from playing video games because, you know, a lot of them are based on real life or they're just based on something, or you know, they have their own ideals as well, just like with fiction. So you know, there's not much of a difference really, you know, when playing games or reading books. It's you're both in another world experiencing what that character experiences in your point of view. So that's just a little bit of how I think. Thank you, Brenda, for sharing. What do you think of this quote?
Well, I mean, I agree with it, but I never thought of it as gameplay is the opposite of depression, and that's a good thing. I mean, and
Mm-hmm.
I love playing games. I play games every day, all
Mm-hmm.
day sometimes. So yeah, and I enjoy the fun of winning and losing, and then I get, like I said, get better at it. So I like this quote and I agree with it.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Brenda. Me too. Everything in
yeah,
moderation, though, because I know, with games, sometimes we can, get ourselves carried away. So I know as a kid I did. Sometimes I did play a little bit more than I should have.
yeah,
But it's everything in moderation. But everything has its use, and as long as you work hard, then you play hard, or you get both of those done in some way, shape, or form, then that's okay as well.
yeah.
But yeah, direct opposite of depression. When I saw that, I was like, what? And in my head I
I,
was like, oh, that's why these games made me feel the way it made me
I
feel.
didn't think of it that, but I can play as long as I want to because I'm retired
Hmm.
and I can do as I please. So
Certainly,
I
certainly.
want to play all day, I can, but I usually don't. But I do play a lot. I
I
do
know,
play
because you
quite a bit.
cook, you probably clean, and run errands and do things of that nature.
Yeah,
So, I know you take care of those things as well, which is,
yeah.
which
Oh
is
yeah,
great. For
definitely.
me, I have to tell myself all that all the time too. You gotta get some things done and then have you fun.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks, Alex.
No problem, Brenda. Thank you so much for sharing.
Sure.
Yeah, you're doing great on time. Thank you. Ms. Wilmatine, you had your thoughts. I see you put your chat, but did you just want to share something?
Yes, I want to agree with Brenda because playing the games on this computer, it helps me because I don't have my girlfriend or my friends that we used to play um, different games like Yahtzee and of course we played cards and we socialized. Even though I don't have a person in my that come into the house and play with me, playing these games open up my mind. And as I read
Hmm.
about Alzheimer's, when you isolate yourself, that doesn't your brain don't get enough energy.
Hmm.
You
Yes,
know,
ma'am.
I'm
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
struggling with it right now myself. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Trying to keep my words working right, keep my mind working. So when I play Uno or whatever games I
Hmm.
play Uno and I play something else. I can't think of them right now. And I spend time. It just opened up my mind.
It, it
Uh,
it sure does.
yes, thank you.
Oh, no, no, thank you for sharing. Others will definitely agree with what you said and may be experiencing the same things that you may be experiencing right now, Miss Wimpteen. So I hope that encourages others to really try out some games or new games, or just to see what's on the App Store and try some things out, because yes, games can cover a wider range of topics. And like you said, Uno, that involves cards, hand-eye coordination. Yahtzee, that handles dice, again, more strategized. Do you roll again or do you not? All those different kind of games engages different parts of your brain. Again, enhanced cognitive ability, better emotional well-being, reduced risk of Alzheimer's, fun and entertaining. All of these benefits involve, your brain. So just by playing these games is a great way to engage our brain, to learn something new, to strategize, to keep our minds right, to work on anything we like, because there's literally a game for everything. A game for words, a game for puzzles, a game. There's just a lot out there. So, definitely take advantage. And I really appreciate you all sharing your thoughts. Does playing games just take our minds off our depression? It certainly does, in a way. I remember when there was, of course, things, in everyone's life, there are things that go on that may be tough. So, after you deal with life for, a day or so, you just want to kick back and relax, and maybe play a game or two. And, that could be someone's solace, or some person's, just way of coping, or just, some ways to deal with things in a positive manner. So, they can really have a benefit. Ms. Dor, I see you raised your hand. I really appreciate that. If you could put your response in the chat, I would really, really appreciate that. because we are about the halfway mark, okay? But I really appreciate you all sharing your thoughts, and thank you so much. Today we'll be covering 3 apps, Jigsaw HD, a jigsaw puzzle game, Wordscapes, a word game, and Zen Match, which is kind of a mahjong tile kind of game. So, all different kinds of games today. Hope you enjoy one or more of these and try to download them during the session as well, so that way you can utilize them afterwards. First up is Jigsaw HD 10,000 puzzle games. There are 10,000 free jigsaw puzzles in the app and new puzzles every day. Complete jigsaw puzzles to relax and get rid of stress. Literally, if you go into Google and write completing jigsaw puzzles and stress, you'll see a lot of information about that. You can upload your own pictures and use them to create puzzles, which I think is really neat. You can configure puzzles, like, you can choose the amount of pieces that you have to do, and there are over 17 categories of puzzles. So there are many different kinds of puzzles to utilize and complete, and it's up to you on which one you'd like to use. So when you go to the App Store on your device and you hit the search, you're going to type in Jigsaw HD. And it's right here at the top right, Jigsaw Puzzles for Adults HD. I don't know why they have the adults part, but it's really cool. Jigsaw Puzzles for Adults HD. You're gonna get it, download it. They just had an Easter event, so I guess that's still going on. Usually events mean there are free in-app coins or currency or something of that nature, just to enhance the game experience, right? But when you're in Jigsaw HD, this is what your home screen will look like, okay? So make sure to get it, download it, things of that nature. When you open it, you'll have the More button, so these 3 dots at the top left. You can adjust settings like language, see your achievements and statistics. The Play Puzzles button, you get to see the daily free puzzle or a wide variety of other puzzles, and you can look at past free daily puzzles as well. You can hit Create Puzzles. You can use your family photos or any photo from your Photos app that you want to use to create puzzles for. And last but not least, you can purchase with actual money to additional puzzles if you want to. Of course, it's optional as well. But yes, let's go inside Jigsaw HD. And let's see what it has to offer. Again, when you download the app, it will appear on your home screen, the next available spot, but I just used the swipe down feature to search for it. But yes, this is the Jigsaw HD app. Yep. So I just turned off the sound so you all can hear me while I present the app, okay? Yeah, I know that's right, Miss Ratty. I see you. The More button at the top left allows you to change things like or your language. You can see your achievements, your health, your statistics, anything in that nature. You can rate it. There's even this premium option. So if I tap on that, you can do a one-time payment to remove ads and things of that nature. So that's if you want to. Play puzzles. You see, it's the free puzzle right here that you can play. Or if you tap on the date, these are all of the ones from the past that you can complete, which I think is pretty neat, okay? So that is the play puzzles. Again, there's different categories right here. Looks like 13 categories right here, actually. Create puzzles. So look, create puzzles using your own images and photos. So you can even take a photo from this app, or you can hit Own Images. So this is my photo library. So look, this is the butterfly. Look at that. I just tapped on it, and I can adjust it or crop it. I can zoom in, maybe on this portion, right? And once I'm done, I hit the check mark, and look at that. I just created a puzzle using a photo from my Photos app. which I think is so neat. You can choose the amount of pieces that you want. So I'll do 12 for now. Maybe choose a pink background. You can change the shape of the puzzle pieces too. Like if you want kind of a zigzaggy or curvy one, or like the typical puzzle pieces, you can do that. I think it's pretty neat. I'm not sure what this rotation means, but I'll leave it off for now. But look, let's play with 12 pieces. So look, pink background, and look at that. When you open a puzzle, at the bottom is all the different pieces, of course, and you have some different options here on the right. So I can either shuffle or move them over. I can put them all on the board, or this third button, I could put it back to the dock area, kind of, right? This eye right here, you can look at the full picture if you need to, which I think is neat. So yeah, you drag the puzzle piece, and once it's locked in, you know it's in the right place. So look, I'm gonna go for the border pieces. I love, that's my strategy, but everyone's is gonna be different. I love the little border pieces. And all you do is just dragging and having fun. So one goes right here, one goes right here, right here, and there you go. Yeah, so anytime a prompt comes up, I could skip that. And there you go. It took me 1 minute to complete this puzzle. And then look, you could even share it, right? So you can hit the share button. You see the square with the arrow, again, the share button. If I tap on it, look what happens. I can either send it like through the mail app, through iMessage. I can just simply save this image if I want to. This one was, I had it before, so there would be no point in me doing it, just showing you to do it. I hit allow, so I can add it to my photos, right? So there you go. Once you finish it, you can then save it on your device, right? Get puzzles. You see everything here. If you want a set of puzzles, they're ranging from like $1 to $2 to $3, etc. You can adjust it based on the kind you want. Well, let's go back to play puzzles. Let's do the puzzle of the day. Let me do 12 puzzles. We are running out of time, but rotation, let me do the shape. Let me do this one again. If I were doing this just on my own time, I would probably do like 42 or a little more than that. Hey, someone mentioned phase 10 and the ad came up for it. That is hilarious. Wow. Yeah, so anytime an ad comes up, you just got to look for the fast forward or the X or the close, so that way you can get out of the ad. But again, same idea. You have your puzzle pieces here at the bottom. And again, however you want to complete it is a-okay. This is meant to be a fun and relaxing. Right here. And I can even put it back if I need to, like just to create some room. See, this dog is coming together. Let's see, move the puzzle piece. And there you go. I just completed that puzzle. Yeah, funny. Again, a Zen Color ad. We already covered that one. But there you go. Same idea. I completed that in 30 seconds. Pretty good. And then I can hit the share button and either share it or just save it as an image. So it saves in my photo app. So if I go to my Photos app really quick, I can see that this photo, again, great quality, very vibrant. I love it. And it's in my Photos app. App where you can play and finish your puzzles. You can create your own puzzles using your Photos app, and you can get more puzzles as well if you want. This news right here at the top right. New packs, new free packs, etc. Just some notifications as well. So if you enjoyed the Jigsaw HD app, if you like the app, or if you want to download it after seeing today, please raise your hand in Zoom. And if you like the app or if you want to download the app after seeing this, please raise your hand in Zoom, just so we can see if you like it. Thank you, Miss Maddie. The higher the rotation, the smaller the pieces. That makes sense. Thank you. So again, if you like the app or if you have it already and you like it, or if you want to download it because of you seeing the session, please raise your hand in Zoom. Thank you. Please continue to raise your hands as we go over the next app. But we're at 6, 7 so far. Good, good, good. 8, thank you. 9, wow. Who doesn't love a good jigsaw puzzle? You know, it just brings back some nostalgia for me in a way. And I hope you enjoyed as well. Wordscapes is our next app. It's a relaxing word puzzle game. You can enjoy modern word puzzles with the best of word searching, anagrams, and crosswords. Playing Wordscapes at least 10 minutes a day, according to them, will sharpen your mind and relax your brain. But I can definitely see that, and it definitely does. There are over 6,000 puzzles. There are beautiful, you know, scenery backgrounds, and there are unlimited tries. So it's really a no stress, all fun and learning and relaxing game. So who doesn't like that? Like before, we're going to go to the App Store, and this actually is one of the apps that comes pre-downloaded on your iPad, you know. If you need to, I'm not sure if you do specifically, but if it doesn't work, like if you hit the app, but it says it's purchased from another Apple ID, you have to delete the app and re-download it, okay? So again, it's called Wordscapes. Right here, when you search in the App Store, you're gonna tap on it and either get it or just simply open it from this page or from this app that's on your home screen. So when you download it and open it, this is what your home screen will look like, okay? You have basically your bars at the bottom, so your navigation bar, really, or area. You have your profile button, so again, your profile, your teams button, and again, you'll unlock these as you play the game. You have your in-game events button in the middle. You have your daily puzzle. You can view and complete the daily puzzle. You have your settings button where you can adjust different settings. And you have this dictionary button right here where it says the AA. You can view a definition of the words that you complete in the app. So without further ado, let's go into Wordscapes and see what happens, okay? And lots of fun, low stress, no stress game, and it's quite a bit of fun, so. Yeah, make sure you follow the prompts on the screen. So look, I actually had this. I'll just start from scratch. Swipe the word cat. Now, great, now add the word act. So again, you're using the letters that are there to create different words and different links. Okay, so I'm gonna go to settings. I'm gonna turn off the music, okay? Settings, look, you see all this information that you could utilize, like language accessibility, select, etc. But when you first start out, you see at the bottom, these options are locked, but you'll unlock them as you play the game. So this one unlocks up to level 50, this one unlocks up to level 36, level 12. And this AA, again, look, act. And if you go back, this is cat. So look, it actually gives you the definition of the words that you are figuring out, which can be very useful if you want to learn a new word, right? So here goes level 2. Very simple, just showcasing, and then we can play together. 1, own, and now. So again, using the it's kind of like a crossword, right? So you just have to use the letters that you find and use them to help you figure out the other words, okay? So for these next few rounds, we have a few minutes or so. you all can unmute and assist me, that would be fun and great as well. So let's see, level 3. If you get stuck, you can tap on a shuffle or a hint, but we don't need those because we are the creme de la creme. So these are pretty simple. It is, the first few levels.
Ear.
So yeah, ear, there's
R.
R,
ERA.
and yeah, era. Yeah. Pretty simple, but hey, it's pretty relaxing. And hey, it feels good to complete a level, right? So tap. What are the other two?
Pet.
At
Mm-hmm.
APT.
Mm-hmm. Act. Mm-hmm. Good. Yeah, you just keep playing and there's nothing to it but to do it. And nothing's wrong with that. It's, see, this is a
Drip.
4, now this one involves a
Drip.
4-letter word, right? Drip.
Rid.
Yep, RID.
Rip.
Mm-hmm. And
Dip. Dip.
mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep, so we're getting more brilliant as we complete it. This is all yours, guys. This is all yours. Uh-huh.
Air.
Uh-huh.
Far.
Mm-hmm.
Fur. Air. Fur, yeah. Fur. She said fur.
FIR.
So someone else says something which could have worked. So if you find, I think the game will explain it, but if you find additional words, you get bonus points as well that are not listed. So try again, y'all.
Tent. TENT.
Uh-huh.
TEND. Tend. TEND.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Tend. Mm-hmm.
Den. Oh no, Den.
Den.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Net.
And
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Let's see if we can get to level 10.
What do you
all.
do with the extra words to get the points? How do you show them?
It'll let you know when you do it. The more, I think these are more simpler.
Oh, okay.
I think they'll actually have it, but I know a lot of these games, they have it where if you have a word that's not there and you find
okay.
it, that you get extra point or whatever. So
Okay.
Park.
Park.
Par.
ARK.
ARK. ARK.
Air. Rap.
What's
RAP.
yes. RAP. Yeah, level 9, 2 more. Oh, we're taking a trip to the sunrise now.
I play this every day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
On.
I
Good.
play this.
OUT.
Uh-huh.
NOT.
Not
Mhm.
NOT. NOT.
Mm-hmm.
TON.
Mm-hmm. And what's the last one?
Nut. NUT.
Unto.
Oh, you already got
Yeah.
it.
Oh yeah. Unto. Good. Let's
NUOT. NUTO.
yeah. Unto. And let's see what level. See, look, some puzzles have a challenge word to find. So this game may be a little different. It may just have it there, but if you just see a word and try it, then you'll know.
LADY.
Lady.
Mm-hmm.
LAD.
Mm-hmm.
Day.
There, that was the good challenge one. Good. Day. And what's the last one?
DAY.
We already did day.
DAY.
LAY.
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 Yeah,
LA.
LAY.
Lay.
Yep. Good. Good job, you all. That was a lot of fun, right?
Yes. Like I said, I play it every day. I'm up to 911.
Oh.
Wow.
That's why I say I play it every day.
I know you do, Miss Sheila. That's great. Thank you so much for sharing that. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I
you get into a lot of words and a lot of puzzle. when you start
Yes.
going up. Yeah.
Thank you all so much. That was so much fun with you all, and we're doing great on time. So I really appreciate that. Our last game for today is going to be Zen Match. It's a tile matching mahjong game where you can challenge yourself with this mahjong inspired game where your goal is to match 3 tiles and clear the board. Match tiles, clear the board, decorate your own relaxing room, and find your peace in Zen Match. Really quick, if you liked Wordscape, if you play it, or if you want to play it after viewing that game, please raise your hand in Zoom while I talk about this app. But thank you all so much for participating. That was a lot of fun. So again, if you liked Wordscapes, please raise your hand in Zoom. For our last game, it's called Zen Match. Again, we're gonna go to the App Store, hit this search again, and you are going to type in Zen Match. Okay, and at the top right, it's called Zen Match Relaxing Puzzle. You're gonna get it, downloaded it, and open it, and we'll see what goes on in the app. So Zen Match, again, wow, we got 9 hands. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. When you open the app up for the first time, again, you'll see some different buttons here at the bottom. So you have your collection button, right? Where you can view your collection of rooms, journey tiles, and gem history. You can decorate your room using in-game currency that you earn by playing. You have your home button where you can play the next level. You can adjust your settings. You have your daily puzzles, so you can play the daily puzzles if you want, and look at the leaderboards where you can see the top players on the chart. Okay, so we're gonna go, once you download it and finish that, you can then open the app and let's see what goes on in Zen Match. But I appreciate you all raising your hands for that previous app. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If I'm capable of whatever I set my mind to. Yeah, so make sure you just follow the prompts on the screen. Again, Zen Match, how quaint. So it's loading, loading, loading. Just taking a second or two. Yep. So you can just follow the prompts on the screen, either hit the X or you can complete what was there. Okay, the settings is here at the top right. I didn't mention that. Settings at the top right here. And then you have your room and your levels and your different options here at the bottom left. So I actually have, I played this game again before. So I do have some levels on it quite a bit, but it's the same idea. When you go into the game, Zen Match, and I'll show you how it works. So you have to basically match 3 at a time. So you notice it's kind of like mahjong, where you have tiles being covered up and you won't be able to get to those tiles unless you get rid of the ones on top of it, right? So again, it's matching 3. You cannot fill this whole bar at the bottom. If you fill it all the way up, then you lose. So you have to be really resourceful about which ones you pick, so that way you don't go over, right? So if I hit like this one, and this one, that's a 3, it's gone, right? So again, if I have too many here at the bottom, I will lose. So that's how you prevent yourself from losing. So again, you match 3. Again, not all the time you'll have 3 just available, because that would be pretty easy, but you just have to be really strategic about it. So here you go. Here's 3 right here. Again, you're just matching 3. Trying again not to fill out that whole bar. But again, I'm getting pretty lucky right now. 1, 2, 3. And it's literally like, if you like mahjong, it's, I think, very, simplified and fun version of it as well. Well, yeah, here are mushrooms, here are the bananas. 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Again, you're just using your hand and tapping on each one. Again, it's quite fun. So look, 2. So these tiles are good, but there's still some being covered here on the bottom, right? So let me get rid of these. Cool. Let me get rid of this banana. And you see, I don't have another one, so I have to hit this tier above these other ones. And but look, there's a 3. So there, you see, you can add them to any time you want, right? Look, there, I could add that tier, then add that banana, and then add that tier. So again, that's how you play. It's kind of like, you know, Mahjong and a tile game in one, in a way, which again, it's a lot of fun. So each time you get, as you can see, a little bit more in-game currency and such, and you keep going, right? So they'll get just a little bit and a little more harder. So these tiles right here, I can actually see what's behind them. So I can definitely strategize, right? So I see, look at those purple ones. The purple ones are more up front. So I kind of want to get rid of those at first. And I noticed this pink kind of fruit, there's a lot at the beginning too. So let me hit this purple one and then this pink. And then I also noticed these leaves right here. So here's what I'll do. I'll get rid of these mushrooms. Look, it says return the last 3 collected tiles to the board. If you make a mistake, you can utilize that power up per se, right? You can return them to the board, which is really neat. Oh, wow. So it doesn't even move it back. It just moves it up here. So that way you have more space. Because again, if you fill up your whole row, if you fill up your whole bottom row, then you lose. So keep that in mind. So here you go. 3, here's 3, here's 3, here's 3. Yeah. And again, you have to strategize. So look, 3, here's the gems, here's the mushroom. Here's the pink fruit. I can get rid of these 3, then get rid of that one. And there you go. That's good to see, Miss Maddie. I'm glad they do. A lot of apps do have a lot of accessibility features, you know, so that's good. But I like how vibrant these tiles are. So yeah, this one looks a little harder, you all, right? This would be the last one, just to showcase. But I see 3, the grapes right here. Then I have the leaves I can get rid of. Okay. Again, just looking around, seeing what's available. Kind of looking for a tier. I have 2 right there at the bottom. Or at the top. Let me see. Let me get rid of this green one. There you go. The leaf. Let me try to find a mushroom. Okay, underneath this pumpkin. So again, you're just looking for sets of 3. So look, the ladybug. There's a ladybug right underneath another ladybug. So, or so I thought. But there you go. It's okay if you do that sometimes. Because look, now we have 2 green leaves that we can use. I have 3 of these rainbow flowers, 3 of these pears now. Let's see. Oh, ladybug, banana, leaf, pumpkin, because I already had one down there. I could do the tears, then I can do the pears, and the peaches. Don't see any grapes. I just see those 2 grapes. They're probably at the bottom. So, let me see something. There you go. Oh, there's the grape. Found it. Now we found the banana. I see 3 pumpkins. There's 2 that are open and 1 underneath the tier. So let me grab that tier and grab these pumpkins. Grab these leaves. Yeah, grab these 2 leaves from down here. Let's see. Let's do a flower. There goes the ladybug. There goes the peaches. There goes the tier. There goes each of the last ones as well. So is basically managing your resources is the most important part of this app, to see what's there, what you can do next, and how you can then get rid of all the tiles without overfilling your bar at the bottom, okay? So yeah, that's the app, room 1. You can add stuff to your room. So look, I can make the background color. Let's see, I can make it oats, or I can make it peanut colored, or tortilla. I like I like this tortilla color, but I like this peanut color a lot though. But I like kind of how dark it is. So there you go. So you can literally design your own room. Let me do this background, right? Cream, oats, peanut. Wow, that's different. I like this. Linen. And using the in-game currency to adjust it, right? The table, I want it to be a mauve table. I want the floor to be a, let's see. I like that oat color. I think that's pretty nice. Let me adjust the pillows. That's pretty cool, right? Yeah, kind of like these right here, and so on and so forth, right? There's a daily puzzle, but which you can play. You can play old daily puzzles too, which I think is pretty neat, and you get rewards for playing as well. So let me just hit play. Let me see what it looks like. I've never done this one. Oh my goodness. I love the images though. Those are really, really cool. And you only have, wow, you have 2 minutes to complete it. Wow. Well, let me see what I can do, okay? Let me see if I can complete this in 2 minutes. Wow. Let's see. I have a minute and a half left. Wow. Ooh, well, I'm getting low on space at the bottom, so I need to be careful. Ladybug, grape. There you go. I made some more space for myself. Here's the peas. Mushroom. This is really fun. Let's see. Hair. Great. I'm like halfway done, y'all. Ladybug. Let's see. Cactus. Okay. Cactus. Look at that cactus. Peach. Leaf. Peas. Gem. Let's see. Peach. 2 moons. 3, 2. Woo. That was something, right? I had 20 seconds left, and I waited like 10 seconds. So that's a lot of fun. That was a like a starter right there. I would start my session off with that one to kind of get my brain going. But look, I can complete the past ones as well. So if I go here, wow, you can even do March. You could do up to 3 months. I think that's really cool as well. So that is Zen Match. I hope y'all enjoyed that app and this app and all the apps that we covered today. If you enjoyed Zen Match, this Mahjong type of game, please raise your hand in Zoom as you've done before. I really appreciate that. If you downloaded before, if you want to learn more, or if you want to play it after seeing the session, please raise your hand in Zoom. Again, but that was Zen Match, a tile matching Mahjong game. Wow, thank you. 8 hands, 9. Wow, that's a lot of participation today, so I love it. So please take advantage of one or more of these apps, and I really appreciate you all participating and sharing your thoughts. Of course, we'll have our overview and discussion now, so for the next few minutes or so. And I have some questions for you all, but also if you just want to share your thoughts on today's session, please keep your hand up, and I would appreciate to hear, from as many voices as we can before we end for today. But we have our 12 o'clock session with Mr. Ronald talking about sports, and we'll be ending our day with Module 4, all about settings and applications on your iPad. So I have 3 questions right here. I would love, or 4 questions. I see 3 hands up, but I would love if those hands could answer one or more of these questions. What is one new fact that you learned today? What game or games are you interested in trying out? What is your favorite type of video game and why? And how has gaming positively impacted your life? So again, if you'd like to answer one or more of these questions or just share what you thought about today's session, would love to hear the feedback and appreciate to hear from as many voices as we can. So please raise your hands to be called on. Appreciate that. Brenda, how are you? Thanks for
I'm
coming
good.
on.
I'm good. Thank you. Alex,
Mhm.
I prefer the word games and I like the video games as well. And the gaming that has positively impacted my life, it helps with my memory, and my reasoning. So I think
Mhm.
that's an advantage of playing games. As we get older, our memory kind of leaves us. So,
Mhm.
if we constantly keep doing that, it'll help, prolong it. So I enjoy playing games to help me remember a lot of stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It sure does. There's
And I'm a
a
big word game. I love puzzles, Scrabble and Tetris and Bid Whist.
Oh.
I like card
No,
games too.
yeah, well, just from you saying it and what I feel, it's very nostalgic for me too, you know. Games were a positive part of my early life. So, I appreciated what it had for me.
Yeah, yeah.
And it
So
takes you to another world in some ways. So, it feels good to do that sometimes.
mhm, it does. It does. Thanks, Alex.
Oh, no problem, Brenda. You have a great rest of your day.
Thank you. You too.
Hmm. I see you, Ms. Dina. I can keep a peace of mind. That is very, 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 very important, and very, very. A lot of people feel the same way you do. So I appreciate that, Ms. Dina. Again, in the chat, you can also share your response if you want to. But we have Miss Maddie, and then we have Miss Doris, and then Miss Sheila. Hi, Maddie. How are you?
Fine, and you, Alex. I
Good,
really
good,
enjoy.
good.
I really enjoy your gaming sessions. You
Mm-hmm.
know,
Thank you.
I use them to challenge myself.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm not a competitor. I don't want to compete
Mm-mm.
with anyone. I'd rather compete with myself. That's the way I improve myself. You know, and the higher the challenge, the better it is for me.
Oh
Yeah. So
yeah.
yeah, I really appreciate you showing the new games or the games that I may have missed from previous sessions. You know, but I
Mm-hmm.
do like the first two. I use them all the time. You know,
Yes, I know
and,
that's right.
and when
I saw
people,
your chats about the jigsaw. I love
yeah,
doing jigsaw
yeah,
puzzles.
yes, and I only do, sometimes I cheat. The more difficult the puzzle, the smaller the rotation. We all cheat every
Oh,
now.
oh no, 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 no. You use what you have available. So especially I love how you can hit that button where it shows you the whole picture. So, you can get a sense of what you're doing. So that's not cheating. That's just using the resources available to you. So,
Well,
because it's not
but
supposed to be any stress at all.
right, but some are more difficult than others, and I like to do mine in my time. I time myself. So the ones that I can't do because they're so difficult, I enlarge the pieces. Which hey, we all do. We all
It's
we all
okay.
do it every now
Hey.
and then. Yeah. But it's that and when people say they're bored, no one should ever be bored.
Oh goodness, Miss Maddie. I know that's right. I feel that same way. No one should be bored in that way because, what's available to us in, 2024. I mean, it's so many things to do, in a way, right?
Right,
So I understand why you say that.
right. And I appreciate it and thank you, Alex. And give time for someone else. Thank you.
Oh no. Oh, thank you, Miss Maddie. Have a great rest of your day.
You too.
Hmm. Um, Hi, Ms. Doris. You want to answer one of these questions?
Yes. My favorite game is Phase 10. It helps you relax. And sometimes I have problems going to sleep. And I can play that game and it'll put me to sleep too.
Mm. Yeah, I face. Yeah, they have that. They have that app. So I'm not too much of a Phase 10 person, or I never really played it, but it's something that I'll definitely have to look into and such. But I'm glad you enjoyed the session, and I saw your chats as well, Miss Doris.
Okay, thank you, Alex.
No problem. Have a great rest of your day. And let's just keep in mind our TVs and cell phones, okay? So we can make sure that we're all able to hear and understand each other. Really appreciate that. Miss Sheila, then Miss Wilmatine. Hi, Miss Sheila. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you today?
Good. Thank you for asking. Hope you enjoy
Yeah,
the
I'm
session.
kind of waiting for the eclipse. The Wordscape game, like I said, I've been playing it. I'm up to 911. I've been playing it for about 4 years, and I enjoy. It gives me a challenge as far as
It sure
trying to
does.
remember words that I knew or words that I can remember knowing, and things like that. So that's why I play it.
Oh yeah,
So,
I mean everything with memory retention, with just learning and keeping your brain engaged. It's a how do I say it? It's not double duty. It's like quadruple duty.
Yeah.
So it helps out a lot. So I'm glad that you do, and you keep in your mind right.
So I really enjoy it. Yeah.
I'm so happy to hear that.
Especially after you get into the higher levels.
Oh yeah, I'm sure there are different beasts in of itself, Miss Sheila. So let us know when you hit it. Let us know when you hit 1,000.
Oh, okay. I got you. I sure will.
No, I really appreciate you coming on, and I hope you learned something new today, Miss Sheila.
Well, you have a good day. Like I said, I'm waiting for the eclipse. Okay.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right.
And last up before we end for until 12 o'clock, again, Ronald, and 1:30 is Miss Wilmatine. I know you had some responses in the chat too, but you wanted to answer one of these?
Yeah, I just want to say my favorite game is the module with the tiles hitting together.
Oh, yeah,
I do that.
Mm-hmm.
I do that at night before I go to sleep. I play about 5 or 6 of them, matching the ties, and sometimes I get caught up with it, but I figure it out. It helps my mind to stay alert because
you're talking about the Zen match, the game that we covered
the Zen
today?
match.
Okay.
It's on my phone mostly. I have it on my phone, but I got to put some more games on the iPad because I shut my iPad down after 3 o'clock. I don't pick it back up. I usually be using my phone, but I'm going to put some more games on the iPad.
I would try to utilize your iPad more. It's a bigger screen. It's definitely easy on your eyes, and there's more of there's a lot of variety on there as well. So I would definitely try to utilize it more, so you can use your device just a little more and have that comfortability.
I will, Alex. I will do that. It's just you gave me more interest, made me more interested in playing games. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem, Ms. Wilmatine. Have a great rest of your day.
You too.
And I really appreciate you all coming on to today's session. If you saw today's daily email, our session for Friday is to be announced, so please check out our daily emails for that session. But it was quite fun today. Always a lot of fun, especially with games, and us being able to experience it together and just go over it is a lot of fun. So hope you all learned something new. I'll see you all at 12 and 1:30 today, but I hope you enjoy the rest of your morning. And don't forget about this eclipse and keep that in mind. Have a great rest of your morning.
Thank you, Alex. Thank you for all your patience and your time that you give to our seniors.
Oh, no problem, Ms. Wilmatine. You all have a great rest of your day.
You too.
Thank you, Alex.
Alex.
See you all soon.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
See you all later.
Thank you, Mr. Alex. Have a great